What is up, everybody? Tyler Herrick is in the building. I'm gonna have Moser jump in here in a minute. I got a full show. All right, we got a full show. We got Josh Moser, we got Corey Behnke, we got Alex Strouf. It's gonna be a good one. Josh Moser's got a few minutes, so he's gonna step in here about 3 or 4 minutes and break it down some stuff. But first, I got to talk about the sponsor, Quick Trip. Shout out to Quick Trip. And Quick Trip they're bringing back the root beer milk. The root beer milk, I've never actually had this. And I guess it's like a sin to say as a Wisconsinite. Never had the root beer milk, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to do a video so everyone can see my natural reaction, do a little review on some Quick Trip milk. And but everyone, check out Quick Trip, like 99-cent eggs. You can't go wrong at Quick Trip. You can actually go grocery shop in there. So shout out to Quick Trip. And let's get this thing moving. Like, let's check out who's in the chat here. What is up? What is up, Tanner? But yeah, so I'll just break it down. First of all, like with Josh Moser, I want to talk to because like he's in Miami. You know, everyone knows formerly of Green Bay. He's in Miami now. I want to know like what are the Dolphins doing? I want to talk about some Packer stuff too, like his opinions on some of the things that are happening in the Packer world, because he obviously knows, he still knows a lot about that. But when Corey Behnke gets here, that's when it's going to get interesting, because Corey Behnke is a little like me, but a little more aggressive side of it. But dude, Corey Behnke's going to tell you like what he thinks. So like so much. I think he gets a thrill out of making people mad, but I think he really believes what he says. Am I drinking today? I'm having a couple today. I'm taking it easy though. I'm not drinking too much today, but yeah, I want to talk about this Aaron Rodgers situation with the drama. That's what I really want to talk to Corey Behnke about, and Alex when he pops on. But Corey especially, I want to hear what his thinking is. What is up, Mark? How are you doing? I'm not sure Mark has ever missed a live, except for one of my randoms that I do at like 1 a.m. I'm just sloshed. Probably shouldn't be doing that, but I am. But yeah, so let me know in the chat, like when they get on, like questions. We'll hit up questions. I was thinking about doing some phone calls today, but I'm probably not gonna get to that because we have guests. I don't think I've ever had a 3-guest show. This is gonna be like an hour-and-a-half show, or like I don't know, but I'm guessing it's gonna be a while. Alex Strouf is joining me in 1 hour from now, and yeah, so I'm gonna need like a bathroom break at some point, but we're gonna get through this thing. What is up? All right, I'm checking all the comments here. What is up, James? Go Pack, go, baby. Go Pack, go. How's some mac and cheese, anti-cheese? Dude, I had some mac and cheese last night. I got a little liquored up. No, was it last night? It was the night before. But anyways, hit up the comments. Moser's gonna be here any second, and yeah, but like right, just to kill some time here before Moser gets here. Right before I came on, everything on my computer stopped working. Like I got this new soundboard that I'm trying to figure out, and the sound wouldn't work, the mic wouldn't work, all the sounds, like everything got erased. But I got to figure it out like exactly directly in time. That's why I might need a bathroom break at some point, because usually I go to the bathroom right before, but I did not. But anyways, okay, Moser's here right now. I was gonna get into that. Are you ready, Josh? All right, let's bring him in here.
Set this up right here, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How we living?
Dude, we are living good. All right. Oh yeah, I got this. No, I got it right here. Moser gets an applause. No, but how's Miami treating you? Getting a little tan up there? You're living your best life?
You know, doing my best. Way different from Wisconsin. Way different. But
yeah, I bet.
It's really good.
Yeah, I bet you're not complaining about the weather or anything. I know that you don't have a lot of time, so I want to jump into some stuff. Glad to see you. Glad to have you take a few moments to join us. But what are the? I want to ask about some Packers stuff. But first, what are the Dolphins doing? It seems like they're doing a lot of. Yeah, so like, what are you thinking? Like, are they gonna be a good team? Like, what are their plans? Like, give us some scoop.
They have a really, really tough schedule. So basically what they've done, they have the number 3 overall pick. They traded it to San Francisco for basically 3 number 1s. moved him back to 12. Then they traded from 12 back up to 6 with the Eagles. So they basically figured out the quarterbacks were going to go 1, 2, 3. So they're going to stick with Tua Tagovailoa as the starter. I don't know if anybody watching remembers Josh Tolentino. He wrote for The Athletic before Matt Schneid had been covering the Packers. He now is down here with the Dolphins. And they're constructing a playbook specifically for Tua. So, and they're going to try to put some weapons around him. Today, 2 big pro days, LSU pro day, as well as the Gators pro day.
Oh, I think I might have lost you. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but you froze up on my end. Maybe it's me though, because my Wi-Fi could be glitchy. But I don't know. Everyone, let me know in the comments if you can hear me or if you can hear Josh. Hopefully, I just didn't leave him hanging there. I'm not sure if this is me. Oh, Josh is gone. So I think it is him. Maybe he has sketchy Wi-Fi, or maybe I do. But yeah, that was good talking to Josh. Hey, Josh, if you're out there. Okay, people are saying they can hear me and not Josh, so it must be his Wi-Fi situation. Sorry about that, people. But Josh, if you're watching, like, give it another try, and maybe we can get you back in here. Otherwise, if you don't have no time, I'm not a professional, people. So like when stuff go off the rails, I do not know what to do. But yeah, like he was talking about Dolphins. Like that was one of the reasons I wanted to talk to him, because the Dolphins are doing a lot of stuff, and I don't know much about the Dolphins, but I think that'll like spice up some stuff in the AFC. He says too much sun, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. So hit up some comments so we can kill some time before Corey gets here, because I'm assuming Josh is out. Maybe his internet situation is. But if he pops back in, I'll have him jump back in. But so what do you guys want me to talk about today? Like when Corey gets here, what are some topics? I want to maybe we can fuel Corey a little bit when he gets in here and get him to do a little rant for us. Aaron Rodgers is my favorite. Oh my God. Get out of here. But I'm not even gonna read that comment. But I am. Yeah, that's clever. That's clever. But yeah, the thing with Aaron Rodgers. Okay, here we got some. Oh, Moser's back. We got Moser back here.
Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened there.
Yeah, you I don't know. I thought it was me. My Wi-Fi is bad sometimes. But anyways, not a problem. I know that you're tight for time. You got work stuff. First of all, like your job looks really fun. Like according to Instagram, everything's better on Instagram. But your job just looks fun. Like you're always having a good time.
Look, we're covering sports for a living, so you got to have a good time. We're certainly not in it for the money. So yeah, if you're not having a good time talking about sports, you're doing something wrong. But I will say, Wisconsin's a little bit different because there aren't 4 pro teams, and you've got the Packers, obviously the 800-pound gorilla in Green Bay, but then you've got the Brewers and the Bucks, and the University of Wisconsin. You know, they're all hours apart. In Miami, it's the Dolphins, it's the first place Florida Panthers in the NHL. The Heat are doing really well right now. And we've also got baseball starting tomorrow with the Marlins. David Beckham's got a soccer team here. There's a really good football school, University of Miami, that's got great sports teams throughout. And there's a bunch of other Division I colleges, FIU, FAU. We're still covering Florida, Florida State. We've got high school kids that are getting big-time college offers all over the place. And then you got the beach. And
how do you make time for that?
Man, you got golf. I mean, golf's great in Wisconsin. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's golf. It's a completely different lifestyle, but some special people in Green Bay. I think that's what I love most about Green Bay. And just people that I talk to all the time. You know, like you, we get to do stuff like this, and it's good to stay connected. I truly love the Green Bay fan base. It's always going to hold a place in my heart.
Yeah, definitely. The Packer fans are the best. You know, not counting me. But so what do you think? Have you been paying attention to the Packers?
Always.
What's your thoughts? Because like I don't know, with the Aaron Rodgers situation, like everyone's making it out to be a big thing. Do you think it's concerning, or do you think that? Because I'm like an optimist, so I ain't gonna worry about this year. But like, do you think that there's some concern there?
You're talking about not restructuring his contract?
Yeah, not restructuring, and they didn't really want to talk about it. But I don't blame him for not wanting to talk about it. I think they're usually a quiet front office, aren't they? Where they're not giving away like what they're doing before they do it.
Well, basically, what they did initially on this contract extension, I remember it was week 4 of the preseason when it happened. It was in Kansas City 2 years ago. And I remember it was like it was yesterday. It's like my life is run off of football moments in Green Bay. They basically have an out after next year. And the team can walk away from Aaron Rodgers, or Aaron Rodgers can walk away from the team. And that is probably the sticking point, because if you were to give Aaron Rodgers an extension and he'd have to give up money this year to restructure, and then you'd have to give him more money in the long term. So I think it all has to do with that quote unquote out after this season. And I know Packers fans are really upset because there weren't any splash free agency moves at all. However, we'll see what happens. I'm curious to see what the Packers do on draft night. It's a reduced salary cap. Now that this TV deal with Amazon and all of that is official, and now that there's a 17-game season all official, there will be more money down the line. But it's really just going to come to what Aaron Rodgers wants to do. And that is the $100 million question. And
yeah, for me, I'm not really concerned, because I wait to worry about stuff until it happens.
Yeah, you can't worry about stuff you can't control.
Dude, yeah, I know Packer fans are freaking out. So let me ask you this real quick. How do you think the Packers go in the draft? I see someone commenting on it, so I'll ask you. What do you think? You know them, you used to rub elbows with the guys. Who are they picking? What positions are they going at? Or is there a player that you think that they jump on?
Where are they picking again? They're late, I'm assuming.
Yeah, real late, like 28, is it?
If history tells you anything, Brian Gutekunst is trading back, and we've seen it happen so many times, and we haven't seen Gutekunst go get a first round receiver. It's still the rhetoric.
Yeah.
So again, they'll tell you it's best player available. Who do you need? I think Corey Linsley is a huge loss. I think that's not being talked about enough. I understand Elton Jenkins is very, very good, but now you're going to maybe move him over to center, so you're going to put a guard. There's a couple pieces there. How healthy is David Bakhtiari? So I really think you can never have too many good big guys that can move both on the offensive line and the defensive line. So I would look for someone there to protect Aaron Rodgers, to protect Jordan Love of the future. You need to get a cornerstone guy, and then you're seeing these guys on these second contracts get $100 million to be a good offensive lineman. Corey just got, I think it's the richest deal a center's got in history to go to the Chargers. That's interesting because Brian Balaga's there. James Campen, former offensive line coach of the Packers, is there. So that's the connection. They have that familiarity. And you're talking, again, with a first-round guy, you get 5 years. So that is huge to get that extra year on that first deal. But you've got to protect your best asset. And that's what they need. I think Bobby Tonyan is going to be great at tight end. I think with Mercedes back, whatever, Devontae's still under contract. You're going to have to look at re-signing Marquez Valdes-Scantling after this year. So I think I'd really look at an offensive lineman and maybe a defensive lineman as well, especially like another nose tackle like Kenny Clark, somebody on the inside. You really need a player like that. We saw Tyler Lancaster re-sign, but you need a game-changing type player. And I feel like Green Bay needs somebody like that. And also you could go cornerback. We'll see what happens with Kevin King. He's been hurt, signed the 1-year, $6 million prove-it deal. It'd be great to get somebody opposite Jair Alexander, but you would need a bigger corner. There's a guy from this area, Taylor Campbell, that left early from Georgia that I think would be around in that range. The kid also from Miami, Patrick Surtain Jr. is a stud. And then I just got off the phone actually with Asante Samuel Jr. I think he's going to be gone. He might be there, but he's too model. He's just like Jair Alexander. So I think you'd have to find somebody different just to cover those bigger receivers. But he's a top 50 pick. So, I mean, he'd be there in the first round. I think he's a second round guy. But there's options. But that's where I think Goody could trade back, as we've seen, to stockpile picks. And there's a myriad of ways you can go. But
yeah, dude, I trust him. I think he's a magician. He makes it happen. I know a lot of people that care about for everything that he's done. But let me ask you this real quick, and I'll let you go because I know that you got places to be. Don't worry, I'll ask you for a while. All right, Devontae Adams. What? I forget who someone got paid today. I forget who. I was at work. I saw it. One of the wide receivers.
Oh, really? I haven't noticed.
Well, someone got a big paycheck. If I'd have known that information, that's been a better question. But because I was at work, I'm not a reporter. I don't write stuff.
I've been locked in on all this Heat and Dolphins. Let me see if I can pull this up. Because let's talk about this.
Yeah, because I was saying
it's a big deal.
He got big money. It's not Devontae. I forget who the player. Maybe someone in the comments are saying it. But anyway, so I was saying, like, compared to that contract, I wish I knew how much it was. But Devontae's just gonna get like money like thrown at him. Like, so how much you think? I don't know. What is it? Someone's saying 4 years, 70 million. Mark's saying. All right, he knows stuff.
4 years for Devontae? Yeah.
No, for someone. I don't know what he's saying. I'm not sure that's the deal. We're off the rails here, people. No, but
hey, get another drink. Drink Wisconsin.
No, but yeah, but my question is, like, how much money is Devontae going to get? Like, is he going to be? Can the Packers? Obviously, the Packers can afford him, because I don't think that they can afford not to.
Are you talking about Tyler Lockett with Seattle that got 70 million? So that's probably the comp.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So, like, compared to that.
No,
how much?
Devontae get way more than that. Are you kidding
me?
Oh
yeah, I know that, but like, cause that's a lot for and Devontae is obviously like the best in the league.
So, well, here's what's interesting is that Devontae's contract's up next year. That's the same year that Aaron Rodgers has an out, and I think it's smart of them to not that they're holding the team hostage, but those two are going to get to decide if they want to play together and keep this going, or if they want to go elsewhere to go do that. We know Devontae, in my opinion, the top 3 wide receiver in the league. He's phenomenal to me. He was on the show with me when I did Inside the Huddle. We text regularly, and I know that he loves his home in the Bay Area in Southern California. But you're not going to walk away from Aaron Rodgers. And Devontae is 28 years old. I think he's got another 4 years in him, and I think he's deserving of something in the neighborhood of probably 4 years for at least 80 million, to be honest with you. But it depends on this year. He was the best wide receiver in the NFL, in my opinion, this last season. I thought he was unfriggin' believable. And with that chemistry that he has with Aaron Rodgers, we'll see what happens. Also, though, remember with this TV deal, the cap's going to go up. So players are going to now be getting bigger deals. So I think that number could be inflated. And it looks like, your Wi-Fi's back. So I'm curious to see what happens. But Devontae is worth every penny. He's so good off the line, better person. I know that he's super close with Aaron, and they've developed a great relationship. But I really think it has to do with how much control they're going to get to make some decisions. And we saw what happened this last year with Tampa Bay. I'm calling it the Tom Brady effect. He recruited guys. Say, hey, come play with me.
Yeah, they kind of do like the basketball thing.
Yeah.
They do like
Green Bay ain't as sexy as Tampa, and I don't think Aaron has that type of control, especially with Russ Ball running the checkbook like he does. And, it's an interesting dynamic of how they've set that up between Goody, Russ Ball, and with Mark Murphy. It's just a unique situation as being a publicly owned team with a board. So it's all or nothing this season as far as I'm concerned with Aaron Rodgers. And I think they're going to go through this season. They're going to try to win this thing. And then afterwards, they'll basically tell the Packers, like, hey, we want to stay, and this is what it's going to cost, or, you can't afford me, and we're going to go take this elsewhere.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that what might happen. But hey, I appreciate taking the time to join me and shed some professionalism on the Matt Ramage show.
Hey man, the ties are off, like the pocket squares are away. This is low key. Wish I had some more like Packer stuff in here. I'm going to redo this office, and I got some good Packer stuff, and I'm going to put up. I definitely got some in the house, and I definitely miss Packers Nation. So it's cool to stay in touch with the guys. And then I just talked to Aaron Jones yesterday. Just talked to Blake Martinez yesterday. So it's cool to stay in touch. We got Drew Cave on here now. See, this is what it's all about. It's
that's what it is. What's up?
With everybody, and got to go play some golf with him. Now retired, U.S. military, just living the dream out in Dayton, and come to Packers games.
Hey, dude, he's living it up. You're all living it up. I see you guys all nice weather, but I'll let you go because my next guest here, Corey. I truly appreciate. I appreciate you stopping by, Josh.
Hey, anytime. Be good, everybody. Appreciate you.
Bye. All right, here we go. All right. There he is, Corey Behnke repping the G. This is like, oh yeah, I got to no, I got to give you this. I have to give you an applause.
Oh, nice. You know, I can't name drop like Moser, but I did see Corey Lindsley yesterday, and he gave me that, so I got that one up on him. He literally name dropped that last 2 minutes. He just was like, let me name drop. I was like, all right.
Name drops people. Yeah.
I was like, shit, I better start this segment with a name drop, son.
What else? What other big names you got? Like you live across the street from the Packers, so you know.
Say hi to Coach. I got my little window right here. I can be like, yo, what's up, Coach?
You don't go across the street and stalk any of them.
Well, I did get my J&J on Monday. I don't know if you saw that on the old Insta, but I got my J&J, and it took me out. That vaccine took me out yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Man, took me out. You know, I had to. Everybody's like, hey, you can get the vaccine in UWGB or here, and I'm like, okay, they announced it's at Lambeau. I don't know if you know me. But like,
that's where you're gonna be
like,
at.
if I couldn't get an appointment until like next fall, that's when I would have been getting the vaccine, I guess. But, yeah, that took me out, bro. J&J took me out. Like I was out for like 4 hours yesterday.
That's a good nap. I think it's a reason enough to do it.
Keep saying, then you know it's working, right? So
yeah, because I know a lot of people that got it in there. Yeah, it's rough, but then after that, it's quick in and out, and then you're back to your. But no, but I think that this is like the biggest show I've ever done. I never had like 3 guests, so like welcoming one in, it was like not like at all Rich Eisen style.
And I just got my headset. And also, like, there was a whole segment where I was listening where you guys didn't know what was going on. You were just
like hey, I might edit that out.
Something happened in the NFL, and he was like, I don't know, let me listen.
We are professionals. Yeah, and that's funny because I was gonna put a banner because I wanted to talk about that because like Devontae Adams, whatever, compare it, and it didn't work out. Dude, I'm not that good of a podcaster. First of all, I don't claim to be.
At least you asked Josh those questions and not me. You're smart.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They get different questions for different people, so I'm not just repeating stuff. Now, with me and you, first of all, because like I like talking to you about the drama that's around.
I know you do.
I just like to get you fired up. I think we're similar. You're a little bit more aggressive, and but
I'm more aggressive than you, bro. You're the person who like literally yell at Bears fans every day, even if nothing happened. You'll be like, I need to make some content today. What am I gonna do? Oh, I'll yell at Bears fans today. Oh no, I did that yesterday. I'm gonna do Vikings fans today.
But it's so easy. That is like the easiest content. Like you don't have to say, and usually it's not on purpose. They start getting in my comments, they get in my head. I'm like, all right, now I'll make a video and try to destroy your whole franchise. It's not hard though.
It's not hard.
Like,
it's really
dude,
easy, actually.
like I don't like, you know, I could go off on this for an hour. Like I just don't understand like how they can make fun of the Packers. Like, oh, you guys lost NFC Championship game. You lost, 2 in a row. Like, yo, you haven't been there. Like, in how long? I mean, I get it. Like, I'm upset. I wasn't like, oh, well, it's just the NFC Championship game. It sucks, but, like, I'm not going to talk crap at my neighbor's fence when his house is 3 times the size of mine. Like, oh, your fence is really weak, though. So, what do you think about all this? I mean, I don't think that there's really drama around Aaron Rodgers. I hear a little bit here and there, but, like, I don't know. I get that a lot of guys have to report on it because it is news. Like, no comment is, like, I think they're going to talk about it. But, like, for me, like, I'm not worried at all about Aaron Rodgers being a Packer. I know he is this year. And, like, after that, like, I'm not going to, like, stress on it because, like, I don't know. So, what are your thoughts on the whole, like, debacle or, like, what people are talking about?
I mean, you know how I am. Like, you're the man making content every day, so you know how hard this is, right? It's like when your job becomes making content, you just got to make shit up at some point, right? You're just like, oh, well, I have nothing to talk about today. Like, Andy Herman had this video, and I was like, man, were you at the he even knew. He was like, guilty as charged. Like, I totally went to the bottom of the barrel. Like, he was, like, doing, like, hypotheticals of, like, what if all these things happen? And I'm like, man, you were really trying. And then, it's a nothing burger wrapped in a nothing burger. Although I do think it's very fascinating that they timed everything perfectly, right? It's like TV deal in 3 years. If they don't extend Rodgers, he's kind of in this 3-year window. Jordan Love's in this 2. It's like everything's kind of like a moving target, and it's kind of in the right place for the Packers if you think about it.
like that. That's like I really do get that, and the media aren't even the ones that are irritating me with the Rodgers talk. It's not the media because they're talking like, hey, it's if it might not be here forever, and this is not looking good that they're not talking about it. But I don't think the Packers usually talk about stuff anyways. But it's the people on Twitter. They're like, he's gone. He's gone. And then the people who I like the best, Packer fans, who say, I hope he leaves, and I hope Devontae Adams leaves because the Packers don't deserve. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, there's no, like, it's not going to happen. Like, Aaron Rodgers is not all of a sudden, because I hear this about the trade, he'll demand a trade. Like, nothing I've ever heard Aaron Rodgers say would even make me think that he would ever do that, unless like something really crazy happened. But I don't know. Dude, I'm all over the place. It just irritates. Because like I'm reminded, like Aaron Nagler, who you might know him, he on his daily thing. I didn't see it, I was at work, but I saw he posted a clip about it, about the Jordan Love thing. The only way that Rodgers moves on, that the Packers allow it, is if Jordan Love. And dude, nobody will ever know what Jordan Love is doing. Like no one will know except for the coaches, and they don't know it now. Like I don't know how they could even know like really what he is. But then no one knows. Like the media doesn't know. I don't know. Fans don't know what the hell Jordan Love is. So like this year's gonna play out. They're gonna see him in the preseason. They're gonna see him in practice all year, and then at the end of that year, they'll make a decision. But like Aaron Rodgers shouldn't have to be the MVP every season to like be valid. I do think that he deserves like you're our guy, like But I think no one knows the conversations.
The problem is, does he like the problem is like yes, he deserves everything. He's gonna make money, right? Let's call a spade a spade. Aaron Rodgers is gonna get paid, and he's been getting paid, right? He's gonna do everything he needs to do to get paid for himself. But in 3 years, do we need Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. And the only problem with the way his contract's structured is that in order to tell him, hey, we're good for you for 3 years, we have to tell him kind of 3 years. We can't just tell him like this year and next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know.
It's a weird thing. It's like we don't know and he doesn't know, and like so which way do you go? And it's like I don't know. I always say this. We would be the first franchise in the history of the world to have 3 quarterbacks back-to-back without ever missing. And today in the Cheesehead TV Patreon happy hour, which I don't know why, I'm not sure why you don't ever show up to that, Matt. Maybe I should invite you. Maybe that would help.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what that. I saw a Nagler post about today, but
every week, you would love this actually. Every week we have over 60 people. It's a full Zoom with like 60 people, all the regulars. It's kind of like it's a virtual version of Cheers, but it's like crazy because I was like, oh, the off season, everybody will go away, dude. It's like more packed during it's crazy. Like today we had 60 people. We had a couple who basically took PFT's sheet where they had all of the draft picks, and they basically pulled them into a Google sheet, and they were showing us like how many first round wide receivers have made the Hall of Fame. Only one, Calvin Johnson. They were showing like some things I was like, man, this is the greatest content in the world, and these people are paying us for us to be there. I'm like, I didn't do anything. I'm like sitting here drinking a beer being like, I didn't realize that. Oh, and they were talking about quarterbacks, and it's a good time. It's a good time.
So like everyone just participates and everyone just
it's like Nagler runs the ship or tries to, right? Then I like scream out stupid stuff as I'm wont to do. And then it's like all the Patreons on a Zoom. It's all of our subscribers. Not all of them, because we have like 600 or something. I mean, it's ridiculous. But, it's like 60 people always, every Tuesday or Wednesday. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, guys, listen to you guys say pages. Someone told me you should get a Patreon and then do stuff. And I was like, I don't think anyone. But I set one up, so if anyone. But I was watching Cheesehead TV, and I was like, they do it in like, I don't know.
The problem is you just got to keep it going. I mean, for us, like it's been over a decade. We've had like the community, and what's cool is it's like we had enough of a community that people wanted to participate weekly, which and Nagler and I didn't even realize, But it's kind of crazy now. I mean, COVID accelerated it, but it's crazy because it's like what we're in April now, but I mean, dude, we're in the middle of February doing it, It's crazy.
Yeah, I think if I did that, it'd probably be just me FaceTime with a dude.
Nah, I'd be more than that. Dude, you sell yourself short.
No, but yeah, I'm starting up. Actually, I just booked my first Cameo. I made a Cameo account like a couple years ago as a joke, and I deleted the app. I never had it. Somebody emailed. I got an email saying, "Hey, you got booked." I was like, "Sweet!" So I made a little video. That was fun. Anyways,
let me guess. It was a Bears or a Vikings fan, or
no, it was
a Packer fan who's married to a Bears or a Vikings fan.
no. That would have been good.
Wow.
That's actually where I should market that. No, it was someone's birthday. Nice guy. Whatever. People that follow me. But anyways, let's get into football talk here. People are probably like, I don't care about your Cameo. Your one Cameo you made $3 on.
I'm sure you made a higher limit than $3.
I think it was like $5. I had to set at. I made $5, but they take it strong. I think like $3.75 I made. But but anyways, let's talk. I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm not buzzed up like I normally am. But people are always like, you're better when you're drunk. But hey, I don't want to be an alcoholic. I have limit. But it's not like how jacked are you? Aaron Jones is back. I know that's kind of old news now, but I haven't talked to you in a long time. So like. I had Alex Strouf on this show, and I said, we both, like, I made a video. I even took the video off the live and put it on the social media saying Aaron Jones is gone. Greatest guy in the world. Love him, but he's gone. Like saying goodbye to him, like kind of like all sad. And then like not long, like I might have been a couple days or at least a week, and he was signed back, and I was like, now we're not allowed to talk about stuff anymore. So we don't. But how jacked are you, and like how surprised were you that he's back?
I mean, if you look at all the salary cap stuff, you know, it scares you. It always scares you. You don't know what you can afford. You don't know what you can do. I was surprised just because, you know, people like you, and not just you, but like, you know, everybody had basically come to this consensus in the media and everywhere else, and it just kind of goes to show that, like, you know, we don't know anything. I think you know, a lot of times is the best thing we can do is here's the thing, right? With off season, with the Packers especially, the best thing we do is not something that the national media will like, right?
Yeah.
Re-signing a player, signing a free agent long snapper, you know, just like it's so like muddly of the road, like, oh, the Packers, they did that cute thing. And it's just like, no, actually, we signed the best free agent on the market, just so happened to be a Packer. And we basically re-signed all our guys except for my man Corey Linsley, which I do agree with Josh Moser. And I have been saying this all season. I've been wanting to sign him, you know, but only for the sheer reason that like we discount the offensive line. I've said that my since I've ever been doing anything. We discount the offensive line. We take it for granted. Yeah, it's kind of like the Packers. The offensive line is kind of like the Packers, you know? It's like it's a great team in the NFL that everyone takes for granted. And we have a great offensive line consistently, and not a lot of teams do. And that's what we, you know, everybody says, you said it. You were like, Aaron Rodgers has to be the MVP for us to win a game. And in order for him to be that, we need an offensive line. And so I do think we're going to regret not signing Corey Linsley. I hope it doesn't come back to bite us. That's kind of that's so far where I am in the offseason.
Yeah, and I got distracted because this comment here, I didn't hear this, but I did hear people talking about Aaron Rodgers going to retire. I want to put this up here. He says, I read an article that Aaron Rodgers will retire after this year and become the full-time host of Jeopardy. I wish these writers would just stop. Dude, that is, I've heard people saying he's retired, like not media, but fans. And like, dude, he said he wanted to play into his 40s, but if he was going to retire, Jeopardy might be what would pull him away from football, because he talks about
did you see that
loving it.
Off the plane, dude? He was full Lebowski style, bro.
Oh, really? I don't think I see that.
Like in his PJs and stuff. It was pretty dope.
I watched that last night, Lebowski.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff right there.
Got a cough button, but
wow, you're like fancy. What happened to you?
No, I got a mixer soundboard. Actually, someone just sent it to me. Like someone who I knew like from high school. I don't want to say his name because I don't think he wants to be said, but he's like, hey, can I help you out? I like what you're doing. Do you have a good mixer? And I told him, you know, I got this thing. And he's like, I'll hook you up. And it's got a soundboard on it. It's like the whole thing. It's the Go XLR.
How long
you probably know what that is.
Figure it out?
A whole weekend of not doing anything but like YouTube and.
That's pretty
But like right before I came on though, it wouldn't work. So I was like, this is my first time using it. And then I had to redo all the buttons because the sounds erased. But they were still there, but they were moved. So I have like a list of where the sounds are. And now they're in different places. Like I could hit a button and I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's hit one. No. Okay. With Corey on, I don't know if I need a laugh track, but I'm just kidding.
Man, that's cold, bro.
That is kind of rude. But anyways, where the hell were we? All right, we were talking about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care really.
You know what? You know how you like talk shit about Bears fans and Vikings fans?
Yeah.
You know who I talk shit about?
Who?
Badgers fans. And like,
oh yeah, you do.
Any other Wisconsin sports fans, I just think it's so laughable and cuddly and cute. I just think it's so funny. Like, you know, it's just like, I know it's internecine, and I know it's like, oh man, we're all on the same team, but we're really not. There's like the Packers, and then there's everybody else. Let's be real, right? Can we be real with each other? You know, like not like Josh Moser sat with his suits and being like, oh, I don't have my little kerchief. I'm low key, bro. I'm gonna be chilling with you. No, sorry. I know I shouldn't shit on your guest. Sorry. You know me, bro. You know who you're getting when you bring me on.
Dude, I know it's all love. It's all love, people.
But no, like, you know, that whole thing, like Jim Leonard said something, some reporter asked him like, oh, are you sad that you're not a Packers defensive coordinator? It's like, no one cares. Only people in Madison care about that garbage. So
I like the Badgers, but like it doesn't offend me anything that you say because like I see it and I'll just read through the replies and like he's really making people mad. Like I don't know. It takes a lot. Like
when's the last time the Badgers won an NFC? Oh yeah, that's right, they haven't. When's the last time they won any kind of championship? Okay, when's the last time the Badgers had a quarterback?
They had some good running backs.
Yeah, they did.
No, I'm not. I can't. And honestly, I can't even argue because I'm not a big college guy because I work every Saturday. Like I watch the Badgers, I watch the highlights, and I hope for them to win and all that stuff. But it's not like I'm a Packer fan. Like it's just different. Like I'm not a Badger fan like I'm a Packer. I support the Badgers. I have a big W on my truck because I wear. You know, I like the Badgers. I just don't. I'm not diehard like that mostly because I don't work Sundays. Well, I make sure I don't work Sundays because football. Saturdays, like I work, so. All I get was a highlight anyway. But I don't get offended anyways. Even like on my thread, people that follow like Viking fans, they like it and it pops up and it says the Packers are this, and that. Like I can scroll past that pretty. Like I don't care. I don't get mad about stuff on the internet. Someone has a different opinion. I don't like, argh. I mean, sometimes with the Viking or Bear fan, I will just to troll them, but because that's just entertainment.
I mean,
but,
you do have a Brewers shirt on right now. So
yeah, I do. I represent all Wisconsin teams.
Rep Wisconsin. I get it.
But like,
I don't. My problem is I don't hate on Wisconsin teams, but you know, when you live in Green Bay now that I do, you really get this vibe of like everybody's against you, even in the state. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, those cute people in Green Bay. Oh, that quaint place in Green Bay. You know? It's like,
yeah.
It's like Madison, Milwaukee are just like elite towns, and then it's like Green Bay. It's like the oldest. It's like the second oldest settlement in the U.S. Like it's legit. And
dude, I live in a town that is 4,000 people. It's north of Green Bay, and like I don't even tell people where I live because like really. So it's even worse. But so I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I'm saying, and it's not just Green Bay. It's like northern Wisconsin, and I get this vibe. You know, when you live in Manhattan, I lived in Manhattan for a long time, and you kind of get that same vibe where like Albany and like upstate, you know, and it's like, man, you know. I don't know, and I don't really make it better by talking shit, but that's just really the only thing I know how to do really well. So,
dude, that's what I was gonna ask you. One of the reasons I was like, as soon as I knew you were coming on, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ask him this. Well, not really. I ask you this every time,
why
but
do
like,
people hate you?
Why?
You have that lower third up.
Yeah, like I should have. I don't have the banner anymore. Why? I remember I did that afterwards. I was like, that was kind of a mean. But that's what you do. I don't think people hate you.
I thought it was
hilarious. I don't think people hate you, but like you have a gift, like on Twitter, of just even people that like you, you make them mad. Yeah. And they'll argue with you. What I always think is funny about on Twitter or even social media all is like Instagram, whatever. You'll be in comments and they'll be yelling at you. And like 3 days later, they're still barking in the comments.
It's so true.
Then you know you did well. Because I do that ESPN's posts. It'd be like Aaron Rodgers, wow, what's going to happen? And then I'll put the emoji goat and then I'll just leave. And then I'll come back and it has like like 100 comments and people are just telling me I'm a piece of shit. Sometimes I won't respond on there, so they'll come to my page and then start saying stuff like, yeah, that's kind of the point of what I wanted to do.
Yeah, well, that happens to me all the time, as you might imagine. One time I can't remember what I posted, but it was like Joey and Big B and Tyler all like DM me, and they were texting me. They were like, Corey, where did you go? And I'm like, I went to the antique store. And they were like, oh my God, you just blew up Twitter. You blew up Packers.
Oh yeah,
Twitter.
yeah. I think I remember
right now. And I was like, what else is new?
So which one was that?
Who knows? Is anybody counting now? You know, like
I remember you tweeting about it. I think or Joey, someone said like, oh, we're got a hold of him and like there's like, but yeah, dude.
If I had $1 for every time I had a terrible take, and here's what's funny, I don't delete tweets. Because I'm proud of like all the tweets that I had. Like, there's very few like really terrible takes. Like, it's funny watching all the Packers shows and everybody trying to make content. It is very hard to not do what you did, right? And to say Aaron Jones is gone, he's gone, right? And Nagler can do that, but like Nagler like lives and eats and breathes this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people understand what Aaron Nagler does in his like day to day, right? There are like human beings that follow the Packers and blog about the Packers, and then there's Aaron Nagler. You know what I'm saying? Like that guy, I'm telling you right now, and he's been doing it regardless of what his day job is, right? No one can match that. So it's like, unless you're doing it at that level, like I try not to do that. So I look back at my takes and I'm like, nah, that was all right, whatever. I could see how someone can take it because you know how Twitter is, right? My tone might be really angry, but it comes off as angry even if I'm trying to be really nice. So.
Yeah, dude. No, I agree 100%. Like, especially when you're talking about Nagler, because I always say about like Andy Herman, Nagler, like these guys. Like I saw Andy Herman doing a video a day, so I was like, I could probably do that. So like, not as good, but I was like, I can make a video every day. So now I'm gonna make a video a day. I don't even think about stuff when I have ideas. So I'm gonna make a video every single day. I made like the first day, the second day, and I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because I'm not confident. I don't know as much as they do because they can talk about anything. They talk about like just pull anything up because they just know stuff. I'm like, I'm out, dude. Like, I'm just gonna read Twitter and think, what are they talking about? I'll just copy them.
Dude, Nagler today in the Patreon, he was bringing up a game that happened like 7 years ago that like I was at and I forgot what happened. I was literally at the game and he's talking about a third down play in the third quarter and I was like, bro, like I was at that game. I'll remember that.
Yeah, I don't have memory of games because usually I drink during them. By the third, fourth quarter, my memory starts getting sketchy, and I'll have a post game show, and I was like, I don't even know I don't know what just happened. But like, yeah, I don't know. So people, I see people talking about. Are you a draft guy at all? Do you know anything about the draft? Because I do not.
No, and what's funny, I'm the publisher of the Cheesehead TV Draft Guide, which if you haven't, please go to Cheesehead TV and buy it. It's legit. It's very legit. It was started by Brian Caribou back in the day, me, Brian, and Aaron. Jersey Al has taken it on from here. We have multiple writers, great writers, Maggie, Michelle, like there's a ton of writers. Jersey Al did this whole thread of like what everybody does. It is so legit. It is the most legit draft guide made by any blog for a team. Let's just say that. And it's even more legit than that. But do I know about the draft? No.
So
and here's what happens though when we do our live show. So last year we did our live show. So I was in charge of the Zoom. So like basically Nagler's like the host, right, for the draft, right? So it's the first night of the draft. So I don't know nothing. I literally walk in and I'm like, I don't know, whatever. What are we doing? Okay, draft, awesome. Were we picking 28? Okay, great. Okay, and then that first day, everybody's all excited for that first one. You're like, yeah, let me get it. So like, dude, I was muting people in the Zoom. It was awesome. We had like TJ Lang show up, Corey Lindsley showed up. We had all these people show up, and when players would show up, I'd be like, all right, everybody fuck up. And then I would mute everyone and everyone would complain to Nagler. And then Nagler came on and I muted him. And then he basically told the producer, he's like, okay, take me, don't take the Zoom. It was hilarious. But we have a fun time. I mean, the draft is fun if you go into the draft not trying to be a nerd.
Yeah, like I don't like have any expectation like as far as the draft goes. Like when Jordan Love got drafted, I was like half asleep on my couch because watching the draft, I was nodding off. Like I'm not that guy where I'm like, I need to know everything. I figured it out at the end. And I told my wife if I fall asleep, wake me up when the Packers draft. And then she woke me up like, hey, they traded up. I'm like, oh, yay. You know, I'm trying to wake up. They're like, quarterback Jordan Love. Like, who? Like, I didn't even know who he was. I never heard his name before. Like, I probably did when people were talking about prospects or whatever, but not for the Packers, but just in general. But I had no idea who he was. And I was just confused. I wasn't mad. I was just like, I don't know. Like, maybe he's good. But this year, everyone asks, like, I would assume, like they always say, not going for needs. They want to go for the best player available. I don't know who that is, but I would think, you know, it would be nice to have a young cornerback. I think that would be all right.
I mean, we have a lot of needs, right? Cornerback.
Yeah, I don't think.
Defensive
Yeah.
lineman, offensive lineman, linebacker. God, will we ever take a linebacker that's any good ever?
Yeah, like I saw someone smart write about it, and they say like all these players, like they can basically, even if they're going for needs, they can go for the best player available because they have so many needs.
Yeah, that's so true. Well, especially in round one, it's like just take who you want. I don't know. People get all worked up on the draft. I've spent a lot of drafts live on the air, and I just think it's fun. Draft's fun because you know that everyone's going to have an opinion, so you don't have to have one. And I never have one about draft because how can you judge people that you can't really form an opinion for a couple years, really? I mean, Jordan Love, right? Do we still know if Jordan Love was a good draft pick today? Nope.
No. We have no idea. At least I know for sure.
So why do we find it acceptable that people have all these fucking hot takes about like, oh, you know, that's a B, and I value that human being at $1 million. You know, it's like, really? You don't know. You don't know nothing. I just wish people are okay with saying I don't know. That's the problem with society.
That's what I always say to people. Like nobody wants to say I don't know. Like you ask someone a question, if they don't know it, they'll tell you like they'll just rattle off some stuff.
BS.
That sounds good. Yeah, like I don't know. I was gonna say something now I forgot it. But yeah, have that effect on people. No, but yeah, as far as I was gonna talk about, but with Jordan Love, like I was saying earlier, like nobody knows. The same thing with AJ Dillon. People were calling Rashawn Gary a bust. Now, some people still are. I don't understand how they're doing.
I was like surprised. Nagler put this thing out, and I was so surprised that somebody was calling Rashawn Gary a bust. I'm like, do you watch football? Like, I know I don't watch the game right after it happens, and sometimes I don't watch all the games like some people do, but I know Rashawn Gary was not bad last year. I'm not a complete moron.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And someone's saying right now, I'm trying to read comments as I'm listening to you. I was listening, though. Yeah, he says, we didn't know about Aaron either. Like, I knew.
If you go into the season, right, if Jordan Love, so here's what's going to happen, right? So
all right, you tell us.
You want to talk about the draft, okay?
No, I can talk about whatever.
Training camp's going to start, and I'm going to be so I love training camp, like that feeling, you know? It's like you get that little kid feeling before Christmas. You're just like, ooh, really nice Wisconsin weather. And you got like, oh, we're going to go watch practice. I never watch practice because it's boring as shit for me, but I love the vibe, right? Like the vibe.
That's
like,
exactly.
Like, dude, it's the vibe. It's the kids on the bikes. It's everything. It's just like, I want it. I want it. It's Christmas. I love it. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Jordan Love is going to throw some balls into the dirt. Matt Schneidman, Rob Domofsky, all these people, Mark Daniels, they're all going to tweet, oh, Jordan Love, he's terrible now, and then everybody's going to lose their mind. And that's basically going to be training camp, and it's going to be great. And then we're going to forget that that's what happened to Aaron Rodgers when it was his second year in training camp.
Yeah, like even like last year, Jordan Love missed a net, and like I had it on my feed in like slow-mo. Like people were like showing like, oh, he missed a net. I'm like, dude, they're videoing the whole thing. Like I don't know, maybe he missed everyone, but like I'm not gonna assume because I saw a 14-second clip of him throwing a ball at a net and he missed it. But yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Like if Jordan Love is anything but like goated right out the gate, like anything he does, like but yeah, the same thing I remember because like I knew of Rodgers only because they were like him and Alex Smith, number 1, number 2, and I didn't expect him to go to Rodgers, but I didn't know his skill level. I was like, he must be good. They said he could be number 1. Yep. So he came to the Packers. I was happy. I was like, well, some people said he was number 1. Did he just for some reason just start sucking overnight? Like I don't get how the draft goes like that when guys plummet like that. But I was happy about the Jordan Love. I really don't have an opinion because I knew nothing. Alex Strouf said that he picked him to pick him or whatever. He wanted him to pick him or something. I don't know if he predicted it, but he said something. And so Alex he seems like he knows some stuff, you know, a little more than me, maybe not as much as you. I don't know, but
I don't know much. I mean, you know, the thing is, it's hard to know things unless you do the Andy Herman approach when you scout a player, right? You can't just look at, like, even our draft guide, right? I've gone through I've taken our draft guide and then I look through it as we're doing the draft. What's great about the draft guide is you get to see all the players that are available. But like people's predictions with the draft, I mean, you're more likely winning the lottery sometimes.
Yeah. So to turn this conversation a little bit fun, I think Strouf is going to join us in 15 minutes. If you want, you can stick around when he's here. We all have a good time, or if you got a date or something. But I want to talk about training camp since you brought that up. This is a fun topic because I love me some training camp. Oh, yeah. Like this year we're probably going to meet. You know, I'm gonna come over there. Give you. I can't give you a bear hug. I give you a hug, but you know, maybe not.
I'm vaccinated now, so it's okay.
I probably will be by then.
But you're not allowed to come in my house if you're not vaccinated. I'm just gonna put that out there. But it sounds like you're gonna be. So
yeah, but like with training camp, I remember a time. Want to hear a funny story? I remember a time Aaron Nagler. I didn't really know who he was. I knew like a Twitter, like even back then when I was watching She Said TV. Back in the day, like when I very first, like 2010-ish or whatever it was, when I was like, oh, this is really cool. It's a podcast, blah, whatever. I didn't know who you guys were really. I just knew She Said TV. Yeah. I didn't know who the people were, like their names. I didn't like. And then one day I was at training camp, like this is years ago, and someone goes, oh my God, Aaron Nagler is right behind us. And I said, who the hell is that? I don't care. Like, because they were like touching me and like telling me Aaron Nagler's behind. I was like, I don't care. I don't know who that is. Like, I don't go do what you gotta do. But then after I was like, I remember that like later on, I was like, oh yeah, that's they were excited. But that's what training camp to me is so fun because people recognize me. And not because I'm like, you're but just people are like, hey, you're the Packer guy. I know you just sit there and talk Packers. It's like a long lost friend. It's just like you watch like the players come through on the bikes and just like the whole thing. Like I'm the same thing. Like I don't watch practice. I walk down there, I walk around, watch through the fence a little bit. You know, get an Instagram story, and then and move on. I mean, it's mostly just meeting up with people, having a good time. Like the whole vibe is just so cool. Like I was on NFL Network that year. Everyone knows. I'm not gonna talk about it again, but that's like it's like my highlight of my story. I didn't meet anyone new. Like I was on NFL Network. I'm gonna tell you the story because I've told everyone else in my life. But it's just the whole thing. So you go every year, or like you weren't always living in Green Bay, so. You missed?
Since I had the house here, I did go to training camp. We always tried to do training camp. Aaron and I did this whole wireless training camp where the Packers had to kick us out. It was awesome. We basically had I had a backpack. One of my producers had like a GoPro on their head. And we were ambushing reporters. It's still online right now. We were ambushing reporters like Bob McGinn, and I have this video of Bob McGinn running away from us. It's really awesome. I was like, oh, we're going paparazzi on this shit because they're not going to let us in. And then the guards, they'd be like, sir, you can't record. I'm like, I'm on public property. And like, I'm totally like on the street, you know, the street between that Veterans Way or whatever. And I'm like on it. I'm like, bro, you're security. Like, you're not allowed to touch me. Get out of my space. Like, it was the whole like TMZ thing in Green Bay. It was great. I was like loving life.
Dude, I'm surprised they let you on the property anymore.
Well, we weren't on the Well, no.
Oh, I guess.
It's a public entity, bro. Come on.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've never been chased by security at Lambeau Field. Been chased by a few.
I've never been done that. Only at training camp, and it was over by practice, and we weren't chased. They just were very nice, and they were like, "Sir, can you not point the camera at the practice?" So we could point it anywhere but practice. So we'd point it on Nagler, and then Nagler would look at practice and talk to people and say what was going on. But then, we were live from training camp. I don't know, 2009, 2010. Like, you know, Brian would like call in to me in the studio, and then we'd just do a call-in thing where he'd tell us what happened that day. But that's back when like you didn't have all the tweets. You didn't have like, I mean, you have coverage just on Twitter right now for training camp. Like you don't have to come here to know what happens in practice.
You really don't. Yeah, someone's saying that your mic is low. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, he's turning it up. See,
I'll turn it up. There you go.
People want to hear you more than they want to hear me.
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, but like, dude, I think that's crazy. Like, I I never really thought about that because like anyone can go to training camp practice. So if I just whip up, if people are they stopping people from recording like with their iPhone? Because I'm sure
Well,
everyone is.
they have a thing where basically you agree by walking into practice, you agree not to film, right? So what I was doing is I was on the public street, which City of Green Bay owns, which I have a right to film on. But then they have like they have the green thing in the fence so you can't see through anymore. Well, I have this Clay Matthews video that's on Cheesehead TV YouTube that's got like 500,000 views, and it's me shooting Clay Matthews just doing a drill, and I'm sure they were trying to stop that kind of garbage. But I mean, people still can people still do photos and little videos, but it's the Packers. They try to clamp down on everything. It's like,
Oh yeah, because I guess they don't want someone like live streaming to like whatever everyone, but
I don't know why. I mean,
yeah, because they're not doing like.
Nobody cares. Like we were doing press conferences at the post game, so we were like literally, it was hilarious. Nagler and I'd be talking on YouTube. We did this all. If you go back to our watch parties, they go right into press conferences. But the Packers didn't realize we were doing it until later in the season, and then they finally were like, yeah, you can't stream press conferences. And we're like, no one cares. Like only you guys care about this garbage. You know what I mean? It's just like, do you really care? Like, oh my God, you streamed a press conference. Like it's a public thing, I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, they stream it, but I get maybe they only want people to watch their stream.
Well, yeah, no. What they want is they want to make $10 billion on a post-game conference. I understand. I'd be
yeah, because like, but going back to training camp, like, yeah, because I go through the fence, like I remember taking videos of all the players, like little snippet, but they were just doing drills, whatever, for Instagram.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but there's a big difference when you got like three people. One guy's got a backpack and a GoPro on his head. I got like a camera. I got the camouflage camo pants, the Packer camo pants, and then I got a full-on camera. Nagler's got like a Cheesehead TV, mic flag on his mic. He's looking all like reporter type. I mean, yeah, they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna shut that down. Like that's
you went full Patriots on them.
Oh man, yeah.
Recorded
and the thing is, like, there are rights. Like the fun thing about it, I mean, Nagler's told the story about like we had this idea and we can't do it anymore. But I had this whole idea where I was like, I was gonna buy two. So I have a Mavic Pro drone too, right? So I had a Mavic Pro drone, and I was gonna buy another one, right? So the idea was you have one drone that goes over practice, okay? Then you have another drone to shoot that drone, and the idea was to try to get Aaron Rodgers to throw a football and get the drone out of the sky. Because how much money could you sell that for if you actually made that happen?
Yeah, like if you had the video of the throw and the destruction, wow.
Yeah, so I was trying to make that happen for the longest time, and it was great because it falls in my wheelhouse of like just being on the edge of fandom. Like, oh, the Packers would not like this at all, but this would be awesome if it happened.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually interesting. I'm surprised no one tries flying drones like over any practice, trying to get like some. I don't say information because I don't think, especially at training camp, like no, every coach could watch every other team's training camp, wouldn't learn anything. Like, all right, they're doing the same drills we are.
Yeah, I never understand that. That's their reasoning. I know they're using that as a they're just using that so that they don't have all the stupid stuff I just talked about happen, right? They're like,
probably.
Hey, we're restricting everything because of that moron. So it's all my fault.
Yeah.
I understand.
So yeah,
please no one fly a drone over Lambeau, or if you do, please don't say it was me because it wasn't. Because I follow the rules, people.
Yeah, I heard it on a podcast one time. Corey Behnke, I remember it perfectly. But yeah. So what's one of the coolest moments that's happened for you at training camp? I mean, besides getting kicked out, have you ever? I don't know. Have you met anyone like?
Yeah, I mean, well, the coolest thing that happened to us at training camp is we got fired by the Green Bay Press Gazette for doing a training camp show that they authorized. So I thought that was
yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I think I heard this on After Dark, maybe.
Yeah, that was on After Dark. That's very interesting, and that kind of had the impetus for Nagler coming back on the Cheesehead TV, which some famous yeah, I've covered training camp for Cheesehead TV, and you always get to talk to players. So like Crabtree, the first time I ever met Crabtree was at training camp. This was like when he first was there. Who else did I meet? There were a couple other like offensive linemen one year that I met. everybody's so accessible. That's what's so great about it.
Yeah.
It's a very wholesome thing that the only way that they've ruined it is by doing American Family Insurance, which like Nagler like blows up about, like it needs a sponsor, but everybody got to make money, and so I don't hate on that too much. They still kept the tradition of the thing. And to their credit, right? They've kept this idea that I have this beautiful $1 billion stadium next to this training camp facility, and the players are still going to either drive like the Aaron Rodgers in his pickup truck with the beer. They're either going to drive or the rookies are going to have to take the bike, and they make real relationships. Like Corey Lindsley is a great example where his first kid, who was his bike kid, he still talks to, he still has a relationship with. You can't put a dollar price tag on that kind of stuff, like that impacts people's lives in, I think, a fundamental way. That's really nice. And only like the Green Bay Packers do stuff like that,
Yeah, I've heard lots of stories like players. I think even Rodgers in his rookie year or whatever, younger year, because he doesn't ride bikes no more. They're like, no, get in the truck.
Get in the truck, in the pickup truck.
Yeah.
Just get in the pickup truck with this 12-pack of bottled beer, and yeah.
I always thought that, I think that was funny because of, everyone was like, oh, Rodgers drinks Bud Light. Like, dude, it's not full, first of all. He's kind of holding it. You could tell. I heard later it was David Bakhtiari's, whatever. It was his truck, so he's probably smashing some beers the night before, and the cardboard is back there. Which is a bad idea, by the way. You could kill a motorcycle person. I almost did that once. Cardboard from a case of beer the night before flew up my truck, and his motorcycle behind me.
Ooh.
I was like, I pulled over because I felt horrible, and I was like, oh, I gotta make sure nothing else back there. But I was like, I might get murdered right now, and I would accept it. He kind of just rode by. He didn't even flip me off, which I was like, oh, I would have felt a little better if I got flipped off. But no, yeah, it wasn't. It was a hilarious video, but I think a lot of people are like, oh my God, isn't that dangerous? Like, he's crossing the street. They're crossing the street.
They're going 2 blocks, maybe 3.5. Yeah.
And I don't know, during practice they have some kind of escort or not, but even if they don't need it.
You don't need
I know, like during bigger events, like training camp, they have, obviously things closed off, but yeah, like, dude, it's not an issue. Like, if anyone who's been around Lambeau Field, they're going across the street. Like, I don't know. I wish I would have seen it, though.
I will say, though, there is more security at Lambeau than you realize, which is a good thing, right? It's not just a free-for-all. So even at training camp, it's security you don't necessarily see, too, which I think is great. Like, because I have seen it before where I'm like, oh, it's not like security you see. It's like there's another circle, which is important, right? Like, there's a huge difference between me with the video camera trying to shoot training camp footage in, like, a known quantity than, like, crazy people, Although...
Yeah, there's a lot of, because you see like the dogs going around sniffing. I like to before a game, I'll sit outside drinking a beer. I like to watch him sniff people, the dogs, and see their reaction. Like, oh, he's got something on him. He's definitely scared, but it's not for drugs.
You know what my old stepdad, not my stepdad anymore, he used to say all the time. We'd be walking, so we were at Carolina Panthers Stadium, and you'd have a police officer with a K9, right? And he'd look at the police officer and he'd say, "Drugs or bombs?" And when the police officer said bombs, he would look at me and go, "You're okay." In front of the cop, I would be like, really?
Yeah, it's like, I'll just pass that information off to someone. All right, so we're gonna have Alex is gonna join us in a couple minutes. He was doing radio and he's taking time, but me and you are gonna stick around too. I mean, I'm definitely gonna
do a 3-box.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one of those 3-box.
I know I told you last minute, but I'm still here for you, dude.
I know. Hey, I asked you last minute, but yeah. So let's kill some time before then. No, dude, that's my podcast. Is killing time until something better happens, and if it's up to me, it's not gonna. No, but I was talking about. Oh, Alex is here, so we'll just skip that because it probably wasn't that smart, anyways. Let's just add him in here. Alex,
gentlemen,
do you know Corey Behnke? Hang on a second. Hang on.
Hanging on. How we doing, Corey? Good to see you.
We got Alex Strouf. Yeah. So Corey, I don't know if you guys ever.
Not officially, I don't think. We follow each other on Twitter.
That's what we got going for us. It's a beautiful blossoming relationship.
I'm like the love connection over here.
Yeah, right. You're the matchmaker, baby. We're about to make content gold up in it.
Dude, it is gonna happen. I don't even have to pee because I'm not drinking that much. But
oh yeah, that's why I'm staying so that he can pee. That's right.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
No, I said that you got to stay. I mean, unless you didn't want to. I'm not.
Is that how much you value Corey's time? You make him
Pretty
stick
much.
around here just so you can rock one?
No, he always will like ask me a question and then he'll be checking the comments. He's like, I'm gonna ask Corey a really long question so I can check the comments.
Yeah, he does that to everybody, man. Don't feel too bad.
No, you think I'm reading the comments, but my eye just does that, you know? So like you don't even know like what I'm looking at. But so we got Alex. A lot of people are probably wanting us to talk about Packers. We've been talking about like everything training camp, but nothing actual football. And now we have a smart person. Corey, do you have a question for a smart person? I mean, Alex isn't that smart. Well, the group, you're not Andy Herman, but you're somewhat smart.
We're looking at that guy.
We heard you were doing radio. So,
I was, just college radio. It wasn't anything too important.
No, I mean, it's radio.
It's radio, baby. We were rocking. I was spitting all my sports takes, talking Final Four. My bracket's busted. That's never fun. Did you guys gamble? Did you guys gamble on March Madness at all? Throw some.
I did not.
Did you throw a bracket $5 to the wind? Yeah, you guys are lucky. You guys made $5 more than I did. Then.
No, but I should have. I think next year I'm gonna try to get more into stuff, even the stuff I don't know about, because that's how you learn stuff. And but yeah, like people are like, you got to make a bracket. Like, dude, I don't even know 90% of the teams I probably never heard of in my life. I'm not a college basketball guy. I watch it, like my kids will have it on. I'm not like, oh no, but you know, like I'm not looking for it, but they watch it. I'll watch it. I'm like, oh, it's a good game. Don't know the teams. I don't know this person. I don't know any of the people, but like it's entertaining. It's basketball, but basketball to me is like the fourth quarter is interesting or the second half, whatever.
That's fair.
Beginning part, I'm just like, yeah, I fast forward. I mean, no, it's a good sport. I mean, I get why people like it, just not necessarily for me. But the Bucks, I'll watch. Okay. I get into it.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about some Packers.
What do you got, buddy? What do you got?
All right. So I'll just go off some of the comments I seen earlier that they asked, and I was like, not touching it because I'm not that smart. I don't forget them all now.
Well, wait, I got one that you asked Josh and he couldn't answer there, Matt.
Oh, there you go.
Listening to. So Matt really wants to know the wide receiver news of the day today. There was some wide receiver news. And he hasn't really
we figured it out at the end.
Are you sure about that?
You got to figure it out or not?
Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, big money.
Okay.
Big money Lockett.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. I saw it in the comments. People are smarter, way smarter in my comments than I am on air.
Yeah, but, it's a lot easier to be in the comments and be on Google.
I'm either. Yeah, because I comment on ESPN stuff, and I was sitting there like, this is going to be so smart. And then like I'll say something, I'm like, oh, this is actually a pretty good take. It looks good. Messed up the grammar, but nobody will notice that, right? It's only social media. No, but yeah, it is easier when you're not in front of a camera. But anyways, so Tyler Lockett got that big payday. Devontae Adams obviously is coming due somewhat, not now, but like really, really soon. I think it's like next year, isn't it? So
I think so. I'm not
how much?
sure.
Like, is he going to get Mahomes money? Yeah,
not Mahomes money, but he'll get Lockett money. He's better than Tyler Lockett.
So you're getting. So let me ask this: I'm not a salary cap guy. Like I don't know nothing.
Neither am I.
Well, we'll get to be one. I need someone that is.
All right, I'll put on the cap.
But Ken, like, how is that going to work? Like, I know like what they're doing now. I get it and all that. They're pushing stuff off. So what does that mean for like Jair, Devontae, like all these guys? Like, are the Packers going to crumble in a year or two? Like, I mean, make me feel good. No. I take that question back if you're going to answer like that.
No, they won't crumble. Yeah, I don't really know. This whole Rodgers thing is confusing to me because I'm not Russ Ball. I'm not who's our residential Ken Ingalls. I mean, that guy knows everything. I know nothing like that. Rodgers, does he need to restructure, Corey? Is that something that's necessary? Because the thing that frustrates a lot of Packer fans, and understandably so, right, is that they haven't gone outside because when do they? They haven't gotten anybody. They've kept the solid free agents that would have been out the door in-house, besides obviously Lindsley. So that's successful, sure enough. And we talked about it on the Pack a Day podcast on Monday. Like it's been like a C+ offseason thus far. There's been no great moves. But what this means for Devontae and Jair, I'm not sure yet because I think we're still too far out to really give you a great prediction on that. But we'll see.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff. See, you're smart. Like, you even say it good. I get why he's on the radio. Corey, you got anything smart to say? You know what? You know what's actually funny about this is I didn't think I was going to do a show today, so I usually have stuff planned. I had stuff planned for Josh, but I was like, I'll just do Josh, and if Alex wants to come on, we'll do a little bit after. But then Corey responded today, and he's like, I'll do it. I'm like, all right, I have nothing planned, but Let's go over it.
We'll just have beers and figure it out as we roll along.
Yeah, and then my buttons stopped working. I got buttons now. Check this out. I can sense you.
I heard that. I didn't hear the laugh track you played for me though.
Oh.
I didn't hear. There was an applause for Corey at some point too that I did not hear.
Really? You didn't hear this?
No.
I heard that. You heard the tone though. Did you just hear the tone he played?
I heard the buzz. I heard
the tone he played.
So I'm playing applause and no one's hearing. All right.
Let Corey spiel. Let Corey spiel.
Look. Here's the thing. Okay, Alex, I'm going to talk some shit about what you just said.
That's fine.
So, okay. So where in God's green earth did you pull C+ out of your ass? That's just all I'm saying, okay? Like, where are you taking that from? So who made an A? The Chargers?
I mean, I don't know who made an A. I'm saying just, objectively the Packers, right? They haven't gone outside. They haven't gotten better.
The best free agent.
Yes, they did, and that's where you get your C. And I'm fine with that, right? I'm good with Aaron Jones staying. Now, how much better does that make you, though, Corey? I mean, there's this hump of getting over the NFC Championship game, which they haven't been able to do the last 2 years. Time's running out. Aaron Rodgers, after the season, sounded like a guy that knew he missed his best shot last year. And we're still in March. It's still early. That C+, it's going to improve. We've got the draft. Yeah. We've got training camp. It's early. But right now, nothing has signaled to me that they got better this offseason. But it is very important. We shouldn't downplay that they got the best free agent out there. They did. We shouldn't downplay that. You're right.
Yeah, it's just, I guess, Nagler brought up a good point in the Patreon happy hour today. He was like, when we got Charles Woodson was very late in the offseason.
Yeah, that's true.
When she was bringing that up, that was interesting. I don't think there's a Charles Woodson this year that they're going to pick up and pull out of our whatever. Right? So, but that was just kind of an interesting little stat.
It's true.
I guess, like, yes, the problem becomes like everything in the NFL world is based on this free agency idea, and the Packers do not prescribe to this idea. So we basically have this container where we judge 28 teams, but there's 4 teams that don't really prescribe to that, right?
Sure.
So it's harder because they're not really apples and apples comparisons. I would also say that, like, it's really hard for us to judge people who are on the roster who are developing, which is the whole thing that they're trying to do, right? And it always happens. Matt was talking about how you guys were talking about, like, oh, they'll never sign Aaron Jones, right? Or Matt did, right?
Didn't think it was happening. I don't think anybody did, right?
No one did, right? But again, like, who it's like whatever the herd says the Packers are going to do, you can pretty much bank that we're going to do the opposite of that.
Right. Totally. And that's
dude,
been the case.
Because the Packers are so secretive what they do. So, like, even if, like, because on the outside, a lot of people are thinking, well, Rodgers and the Packers are not vibing, like, they no comment, and they, they're not restructured and all these things. But, like, they could have had a conversation and say, hey, this is what we plan on doing. And he was like, all right, cool. I actually like that idea. But, like, let's just not tell nobody. But, like, I don't know what that idea would be. But, like, we don't know. Like, they could be laughing and be like they already have whatever plan it is, whether it's, I don't even know what the best option. I know there's a lot of things that go into it. Like, dude, I listen to people talk about it, and I'll just let everyone listen to them because they're smarter than me. But yeah, like, restructuring obviously doesn't benefit them in every way. There's downfalls and upside to everything. But, like, they could have a plan all worked out, or whatever it is. He could be as happy as can be. And we don't know. Like, we didn't even get back on Pat McAfee show. He could come on the Matt Ramage show.
I don't see that happening, but
I do not. I'm surprised you both are here.
I'm gonna try to make that happen for you, Matt. But yeah, I'm not very good at things.
Or
like
Goot, just yell across the street. But I'm assuming if you're gonna pull strings, you're gonna have him on Cheesehead TV. You greedy bastard.
Well, when you're here for training camp, maybe the coach. I've been trying to get a coach just to walk into the backyard and just, like, I want to have a show where I'm just, like, shooting the shit. And
dude,
the coach basically just walks through the backyard and just, hey, want to get a beer.
Get LaFleur over there, give him like 18 beers and get him to spill it all to you. It doesn't even need to be recorded. We need you on the end of LaFleur's head.
Have a cooler, free beer, coach. People will be running up on that cooler, though. Oh, like, there's a fence here.
Coach knows there's free beer here.
That's why he doesn't go. No, but you know what would be a great idea for you?
What's that?
No, go ahead. I'll tell you
Well,
after.
I was going to say the thing about Rodgers' restructure, right? There's like 3 pieces, right? There's like they can basically do whatever they want in order to move dead cap and all this crap, right? So they can just do that without Rodgers. There's this really good podcast that Nagler retweeted, and I actually listened to it, and it's a former agent talking about literally taking Aaron Rodgers' deal. I highly recommend. I can retweet it later. It's so good. Like, the dude is an agent. He literally, like, Andrew Brandts that shit. He's like, here's what the Packers can do. Here's why they're thinking they're not doing it. And here's what Rodgers' agents are thinking. And here's why it doesn't make sense. Cool. And it goes, from what I understand, it goes to this whole idea that there's nothing they can really give him that works in their favor that doesn't telegraph the fact that they have to keep him longer, right? They can guarantee more money, which is something they don't like to do. But it doesn't really get them anything, you know?
Sure.
And I think that's the gist of what I heard, from an hour podcast.
And Corey, I think it's too early to tell, which might be your answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Obviously, Rodgers under contract through 23. Is he here through 23? You're usually optimistic. I mean,
depends on how good Jordan Love is.
And are we going to be able to tell that with 3 preseason games? Because I don't think so.
Definitely fans won't be able to. The coaches might have an idea. Because, like, they see all that, and they see his head, they talk to him and all that. But, like, I don't think the media or the fans will have any clue. Unless he just has this preseason game.
I don't even think the coaches will have
I don't think
real live
one
idea.
Preseason. I think by the end of the year, they'll kind of know, I don't know if they'll know the full outlook, but they'll have some kind of how he practices, how he is. But, yeah, like, in a training camp, unless he has, like, a game where, like, he just, like, has like 6 touchdowns, but even then, it's like, who is he playing? You know, no,
Matt Flynn did that once, by the way.
No, imagine this though. Jordan Love has a game. I don't think it's possible in preseason because they'd pull you. I don't think they'll let you play it long. But if you had like 6 touchdowns, just lit it up, just had like, even though it's preseason, Packer fans would still be like, I'm still not convinced. Like, this guy, he needs to.
Every article would be like, Aaron Rodgers is leaving. Are they going to play Jordan Love?
Oh, yeah, it would go the other way for sure.
They'll be like, is Jordan Love the starter of 2021?
Yeah, it would go. They wouldn't even downplay it. They'd be like, this is it. He's the next. He's better than Pat Mahomes. And yeah.
I think the Packers have a pretty good idea of what they have. I don't think they know if they have a NFL caliber quarterback, but I think they have a pretty good idea of who they have.
Sure. And I don't think they ever make that move in the draft last year if they didn't have at least some sort of unbelievable confidence in him, because they knew there was backlash coming. You're going quarterback in the first round. Not that they give a shit, but at the end of the day, they certainly know a lot that we don't. That's always the case. And I'm excited to see. I was one of the few that was excited about Jordan Love. He was my draft crush last year. I thought he was going to be a Patriot and take over the world. Luckily, that wasn't the case.
I wonder how they feel about that. Maybe the Patriots are thinking, maybe we should have done that.
They might still draft a quarterback. I'm not totally sold on Cam Newton and with Belichick, but we will see.
I actually like Cam, but yeah, like I don't know.
Cam too. I like Cam too.
I don't know how it. Yeah, that team, like that mix, because Cam's more of a. I don't know how Mobley is now. He's a little bit older. I think he's still got a little mobility, but I'm not sure that's a style. I'm not sure how much he has mobile, but yeah, that style like with Belichick, but I don't know. We'll see. The Patriots are paying everybody. Like they're like when you like win the lottery and your family comes up, you just start throwing money to everybody.
Well, hold on. You say that like that's an experience you've had in your life, and I don't believe that for a second.
Well, you don't dream, Alex? You don't dream? I've had dreams where I won the lottery a lot.
Not really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but I didn't give no money, though. That's the dream.
You have a weird brain, Matt. You have a weird brain.
Dude, if I won the lottery, like, a lot of people would be like, didn't that guy used to make videos? Like, I'd just be gone.
You'd just be an alcoholic on the beach somewhere.
I will go to Hawaii. I don't know why. Because I think it takes long to get there. Nobody would visit you. You have a lot of money. You don't want to, stragglers. Anybody who really wanted to see you, they really want to see you. That's a long flight.
You know what you should do, though? Don't do Hawaii. Do New Zealand.
Oh. New Zealand. Isn't it cold there?
No, dude.
No, not at all. What are you talking about?
I'm not a good geographer.
It's literally in the middle of nowhere. Great.
Yeah, I'm not good at. I don't know. You can't say this random stuff and expect me to keep up.
Matt, I've noticed a lot in your shows. You just admit what you're not good at a lot.
I do. Should I lie?
No, at least you got a lot of humility. I think it works for you.
Oh, all right, because I'm trying to get advice about this, you know what I mean? So you guys know stuff. So if I should start lying, like, I was talking to somebody about that, because like guys like you, like Alex, like he could debate someone even if the person disagrees with them wholeheartedly because he's confident in his knowledge, and the same way Nagler.
I think there's an asterisk there. When Corey Behnke gets fired up on Twitter, I don't know that there is a scarier guy to go at you. I think we've had one interaction where I'm like, holy fuck, I'm backing off because the hounds will be unleashed if Corey Behnke goes at you on Twitter.
Was that?
I don't remember what it was.
I was gonna say, was that when Matt Schneidman went after Jordan Love, and then all Packer fans like came at me, and I was like, bro, do you like the Packers or not?
No, I don't think it was that. I think it was actually under side for that one. One of the few, it seemed. But no, it was something else. And I didn't want the hounds to be unleashed on me, Corey. I want you to like me.
There's no hounds though. There's
hounds. You've got an army. You know when they say you and what army? You've got one, Behnke. You've got one.
I totally do not. There's way more people that hate me than like me.
I kind of agree with that.
I don't disagree with that. but yeah, Ramage has the same thing going on, right? I mean,
I think with Behnke, like they like him, but they love to disagree with him. Kind of, I won't even compare you to that, but like one of these guys like on FS1 who just say dumb stuff and everyone hates them. It's not the same because they all like you, but then when you say something that's out of like way out and everyone disagrees with you, they're comfortable with just saying you're an idiot because they wouldn't follow you. Like to me, like I wouldn't follow someone. Like I don't follow those guys. I like FS1 people. I mute them so I don't see it. Yeah. Like I don't care. So like they wouldn't follow you just to argue with you because they like you, but they also think you're kind of an idiot. But like I don't. Like I tend to agree with everything Corey says because like we're kind of the same kind of fan. I'm maybe more optimistic. Like I'm such like a hey,
hold on. You just pull up their most recent comment from YouTube. I want Zach. He's been in here for the last 20 minutes trying to get us to give some Alabama credit, and now he's just openly saying Corey Behnke. I hate him. Whoopsies. He's still here though, Corey. That's exactly what Matt's point is.
All right, so let's.
Who do you hate worse, me or Mark Daniels? Okay, let's really think about this for a second.
Yeah, I agree. Packers Nation is not happy with him.
Dude, I don't really see how you hate like I see people even like with Nagler because like I'll talk about like he'll come on my thing and I'll put it on my Facebook. Oh, you know Nagler, you know he's on my podcast or whatever, and they'll be like people will like send me messages like, why do you talk to him? Packer fans, he's this or that. It's like, dude, chill out. Like, if you have a paragraph in you, then like you know way too much about him. First of all, and I know people don't like me. I get comments from people. I got a tweet like every now and again. The same person says, "I don't know why people retweet this clown. I'm a Packer fan, but I hate him." And it's the same person. And like I know the person's name, and I'm just like, this dude hates me, and he must see me because people like my stuff or talk to me or whatever. And then every now and again, he's just got a pressure relief valve. And he's just got to tag me like, you suck, I hate you. And I've never responded. I was like, all right, I respect that. Because
that's
like you couldn't mute me.
That takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, and it's not often. It's like 2 or 3 times a year I get a tweet from this dude. Why do people retweet him? He's an idiot. Like, hey, I'm glad that you're seeing it though, bud. So
Alex, I try to stay away from like telling people how to fan. I think.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that really people get upset with me on, honestly, besides like my I'll say stupid, outlandish things that I do truly believe. But I think the thing that people like when they think I'm telling them how to fan, and it's really hard line to cross. You know what I mean? Like it's like because I do have strong opinions. Like Matt, if you and I are sitting there having a beer. And you tell me some stuff like, oh, that person's garbage. There's some things that you could say that I'm like, wow, you're not really a Packer fan. But if I say that on Twitter, it's like, oh, my God, you're telling people how to fan. But it's like, I truly I believe the thing I said, but I honestly don't want to tell people how to fan. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because everyone, like I agree. Because there's times like when I say it, like when people say stuff, like people who are super negative all the time, like not realistic. Because like, I'm a realist, you know, not those people. People who are just like, I know people in real life who are negative. Like the Packers, like when we're in the playoffs and they're like, they're going to lose.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, like
let them play the damn game, please.
Like, and like the whole season, like they're going to lose. They're going to not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to do this. Aaron Rodgers sucks. This and that. They get that. And like, dude, are you a Packer fan? Are you? Because they really are Packer fans. Not like we are, because you know they're Packer fans. But I mean, I wouldn't say not like we are, but like they're not quite as dedicated like they miss games. People at my work or whatever. They're not. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that. Oh, they're not as good as us.
Like at the NFC Championship game, literally three rows behind me is a guy going, "Oh, he's gonna miss that. Oh, he's not gonna make it."
That drives me nuts.
Are you here? Like,
yeah. That is the thing, and I don't like to say it's the same thing. I don't want to tell people how to fan, like, but like the super negative all the time, and like I'm saying, not being realistic. Just like every game you pick, oh, they're gonna lose. This is not, and Rodgers can't get along with the coach. Like, yo, that was last year, bro. You got to keep up with the times. Now they're complaining about other stuff about, because that's what it is. The guys at my work, they watch Skip Bayless and all these guys. They have to, because they just repeat that type of stuff. I'm like, dude, you're way behind, bro. That was last year or like 6 weeks ago. Now they're saying that he's this or that. Like, it's, yeah, those fans irritate me.
There's two types of fans that we don't allow. The first are the constant negative Nellies, and the second are the people that tell you to sit down at Lambeau Field. We don't deal with those kind of people around here.
No, we don't. Yeah, the sit down people. I've been pretty decent where I don't see them. I've had a few, but yeah, it's horrible, dude.
Almost every time, man. Almost every time I
get loud. Yeah,
Bro,
stand
my
up.
Whole life at Lambeau, especially my grandfather's seats. My grandfather's seats are like on the 50 behind the Packers, and they're about 16 rows up.
Oh wow, nice seats.
Literally, they're amazing. He picked them out. I had nothing to do with them besides being born. But he, like, literally, the people behind him, it's like they're in their living room, you know, and they're like, I'm on my couch in my living room chilling at Lambeau, and like you cannot interrupt my experience at all. And I'm just like, who are you? Like, how did they make you?
Yeah, I had a similar experience with Mark Daniels at the I was calling a high school state basketball game in Madison. What was this, 2-3 years ago? Daniels was behind me, and I stand when I call play-by-play. He was not happy about that. He let me hear it before the game and at halftime.
Did he say that I can't live with you anymore?
Yeah, he said, how does the Denmark News live with you, Alex?
That's, I don't know, that's crazy. You guys want to hear a really funny coach story that's not related to the Packers real quick?
Yes.
Sure, man.
Dude. So my son was playing basketball. His friends, no one's listening to this or watching, but they were getting beat up bad. Like, there's a really good team. It's the Southern Door. They're at the time that they were really good. So I'm standing like, they're going to halftime. The coach stops and he turns around. He's watching the team. Get in here, bro. You know, and I'm standing there and I'm just trying to be funny. And it's an awkward moment of silence. We kind of look at each other. And I said, hey, take it easy on us in the second half. And he goes, we did in the first. And then he turned around and ran away. I was like, that's so, but it was like one of the funniest things because it was such a roast. But like he thought I cared. I don't really care about 8th grade basketball.
Are you saying you don't care about your son, Matt? Do better.
No,
do better.
I just don't like. Once I'm like, I hope they win, and because he gets happy or whatever. But I'm like, I'm not like, I don't go home and like watch replays like it's a Packer game. Like, man, if they'd have just made that shot right before that kid started crying, they'd have really got that game. Because it was like middle school. I was like, dude, it was funny. I told all the parents, like, you know what the coach said? They're like, yeah, he's a dick. I should have said, you might still be the coach. Anyway, that's a long time ago. It's awkward. But no one's watching anyway. We got 12 viewers here. People will rewatch it, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. But so Alex, let's move on to something. I don't know how long we're gonna do this for. But
I was wondering, what do you think? When you were gonna decide to end this, but okay.
Yeah, a couple minutes. Let's ask a few more questions to Alex. Let's just keep it moving, you know. I'm out of beer, so it's not. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, that means we're done. Yeah, that means we're just about done. If he's out of beer,
I usually don't run out because I grab so much. But I'm like, I won't drink that much, and then I'm like, oh, now I'm out. But what you're but
that's what we're looking for, baby. There it is.
Talking gets tough
what do you
sometimes.
Got there? What do you got there, Behnke? What'd you get out? What'd you get out of the miraculous beer fridge tonight?
I just got a Rattler. They're very low ABV, so they're nice to drink.
There you go. Nice. Very nice, relaxing beer.
I want to know, Matt, what is your favorite thing to get at Quick Trip?
Macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
I think that's pretty, dude. But
hey, do they make vegan macaroni and cheese? Like, do they make non-dairy?
I'm unsure. They
probably do, but I would not do that. It doesn't seem like something I would do.
Corey, are you a vegan?
No, I'm not vegan, but unfortunately, I cannot have lactose. And this is a recent occurrence, and it's not very good. And I'm from Wisconsin, and it's really a travesty.
That really is a travesty. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to take the consequences, you know?
Well, you know what's cool is you can, as cheese ages, it loses lactose, so you can.
Really?
The older it is, the more I can have it. So I can have aged cheddar, which is awesome.
I got some old strength cheese in my fridge. Will that help?
No.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Which that's always funny to me, like aged cheese. Well, I got old cheese in my fridge, and they're like, no, not that aged. But yeah, they're bringing back the root beer milk over at Quick Trip.
I saw that. Have you tried that yet?
No, I'm gonna make a video trying it for the first time, so people get my honest reaction. I'll be like that Dave Portnoy guy doing a review. I'll walk out of Quick Trip. Hey guys, like people will walk by. Hey, want a drink?
You should do a Quick Trip pizza review like he does.
You should. Yeah. You should. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Just walk right out front.
I got a Quick Trip pizza. All right. You know what I say? One bite. Okay, one bite.
One bite. Everyone knows the rules, and just rub it on my face.
So, hold on, real quick. Back to this root beer milk. That sounds so unbelievably unappealing to me.
People say it tastes like root beer float, like the bubbles, like the suds on top. That's what people are saying in my comments. I was talking about it because I want to know what it is. Because I was like, I gotta try it and make a video just because, gotta represent Quick Trip. And I'm a very picky eater, so I'm like, I get grossed out by like anything. Like I don't. This is why I look the way I look, because I don't eat vegetables. I don't like them. I don't eat them. That's what I do. But yeah, I'm gonna make. I don't know. And then you know what else is good over there? People always ask me, "What's your favorite food besides mac and cheese?" The hot ham and Swiss. All right, I'm not trying to make this a commercial, but
it's a commercial already, baby. Yeah. We're here.
You guys ain't getting no money for this.
Good thing you already mailed my check.
So Corey, let me ask you that. What is your favorite thing at Quick Trip since you brought it up?
I enjoy a good Quick Trip car wash. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, I like that answer.
My Quick Trip doesn't have a car wash.
I thought they all had car washes.
I thought they all did too.
Mine does not. I don't think. No, it does not have a car wash.
Yeah, I like their car washes better than others, and I never thought I'd say that because I was like, why would you go in a car wash? But now that I live in Wisconsin, I like totally go to car washes all the time. So
yeah, there's a nice one by me. I'm not going to say where because that would be beneficial.
Don't do it.
But yeah, my Quick Trip closest to me, and I don't live in Green Bay where I'm like there's like 19 options within a square mile. Like you couldn't like throw a football without hitting a Quick Trip, and they probably would prefer that you didn't do that. But
you're great for their sponsorship. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Oh, thank you very much. I think it's I don't know if that's a compliment. Was that a compliment? You're like
he's biting his tongue. He's biting his tongue.
It was not. Hey, I'm taking this compliment. It doesn't even matter because I have no.
I mean, I do honestly think you're great for it. But at that moment, I was being satirical. But that was just in the moment.
Oh well, now I'm blushing. But well, I don't know. I think we should just wrap this thing. But shout out to Quick Trip. All right, I love me Quick. That's why when I found I was being sponsored by it, I was so happy because like I'm there every day anyways. Any money they give me, I'm just gonna spend there. That's what they figured. They're like, look at this guy. He puts down about 9 gallons of mac and cheese a week. We're getting it back. No, it's great. Everyone listening, you can listen to this if you missed it on iTunes, Spotify tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to try to pretend to edit because I screwed up so much during this thing. I usually don't edit podcasts. I just throw them out there. Sometimes I'll even put a warning at the beginning. I'll be like, hey, this podcast is kind of sketchy. If you get bored, just skip ahead. It gets better. And then nobody listens. But appreciate Alex Strouf. Corey
really
Behnke?
Forgot my name.
Yeah, oh my God!
Okay,
I forgot your name.
The first time I was ever on your show. Okay, the first time I was ever on your show, I literally gave you shit for forgetting your guest names.
I didn't forget it. I was looking for.
Forgot.
I forgot I had their name
forgot Jacob's name. You
Yeah.
were talking to Jacob. You're like one of your first shows ever on the air. I'm watching your show, and you were like, "Yo, what's your name?" I'm not very good at.
Yeah,
this
I
podcast
forgot.
thing. That's
Yeah, I did.
there's like a label. There's like a label.
It says your name right
down
in
there.
front of him. Yes, it's right
right
in front
there.
of him. His
But
eyes
there's
don't
a-
work very good.
There's a light there, and my camera's there. Usually I have it on the screen, but I must have that on. Anyways, this is a train wreck. But maybe I won't use this for a podcast. gonna be a lot of editing. No, but dude, I don't even care because, dude, it's fun. Because hey, I'm doing this 4 days a week now, so people get to enjoy this. Except for usually I won't have.
Unreal.
So now you have to have 3 guests on every time, bro.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Me, you, and Alex every single day. Me.
Me and Corey are just gonna go start our own thing. Sorry, man.
Yeah. Like we don't need to be involved with you, Mister. Don't know names, but all right. I was supposed to say something else. Anyways, we'll be back. No, you won't. We're done now. But I'll be back tomorrow live, 7:00. All right. Thanks for everyone listening. Yeah. Go Pack, go people.
Pack, go baby. Go Pack,
go back.
Dude, I don't think I'm gonna use that for a podcast.
That was. Are you sure you only drank a little bit?